Hey, welcome back to my channel. This is Liz here. If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. And if you're not new here, hello, thank you. Happy New Year to everybody, new and old. I appreciate you guys so much. So in today's video, I want to talk about how to stop settling for less in 2022 and beyond. This video is just not for this year, but for just in general. Please hear me when I say this advice goes on and beyond, way beyond this year. Like, you should never settle for less. So let's just get right into it. So this video is pretty much in general for anybody who feels like they're always just kind of stuck, like kind of feeling like you're always settling, kind of feeling like you're always just like, oh, okay, kind of like a yes man, but like not in the best ways. You kind of just feel like maybe you're stuck in your career, in your life, in your relationship, just like everything in general. This is exactly who this video is made for. I will say this in general, like, yes, I make these videos for myself overall. Yes, I do feel stuck in certain phases of my life. This advice is for me as well. I am very much a good advice giver, let's say, but like, I need to learn how to take my own advice too here and there. So this is what these type of videos are for. So in general, if you feel like you're always compromising your values, compromising what you feel you believe in, compromising what you feel like is right, especially what's right for you, not necessarily what's right for the next person, then in my definition, that's what it feels like to be settling for less. Like, you're always compromising what you believe is right for yourself, for the greater good in general, right? Or in your mind, what you think is the greater good. Not everything for the greater good is going to be better for you. And like, sometimes it sounds selfish, but like sometimes you have to learn how to put yourself first and not settle, not compromise, you know, not settling for less. Settling for exactly what you deserve and what you believe you deserve is always going to be the better decision, as long as you're a kind-hearted person, which I believe you are, right? For me personally, I just feel like I've settled a lot in my career over the past, you know, like 4 to 5 years. And I am just trying to really get out of that. Like, I don't want to settle or compromise anymore in any aspect of life, but especially my career. Like, I just do not want to feel like I'm compromising anymore in my career. And I feel like, so in this video I will probably speak more on the career aspects, but when I just speak about settling, like, try to relate it to your life and just don't settle in any aspect: personal, family, career, relationship, like anything. But for me in general, I'm really trying to stick this to my career because I'm sick of settling. Like, I know what I can be and I know how much of a boss I am, so like, I just need to stick to it, right? So I think that some of the reasons that some of us are settling for less, or me specifically, I don't know if I should make this video just like what I think I'm settling for less, or like what I think people in general are settling for less, because I know I can relate to things that I'm talking about. I know other people obviously relate to them as well. But for me in general, like, I think I've settled for less so much, specifically in my career, just any aspect in life in general. Sometimes I feel like I don't deserve more. Like, I'm not deserving of more. So like, I would just settle right here, like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so grateful for even having this opportunity. So like, let me just let me run with the wind, and like, this is all I can get. Like, this is the best this is as good as it's gonna get. That's settling. I don't want to ever feel that way anymore. Like, I don't want to feel this is as good as it's gonna get, so let me just take it and let me run with it and let me just stick with this because this is as good as it's gonna get. That's never true in life, is what I'm learning. Like, this is, whatever this is for you, like whatever you're in currently is not as good as it's gonna get. Like, it can always get better. Yes, it can get worse as well, but for sure it can always get better. So like, just try to look towards the better, like, if that's possible at all, right? Another reason I think I myself and other people settle for less is because you see people around you just in the same circumstances, and you believe like, okay, well, these are their circumstances, so this has to be my circumstances as well. And I just don't believe that to be true. I don't believe, well, I did always believe that to be true, but I'm learning to like unbelieve that. I'm learning that that's not always factual. Like, just because everyone I grew up around, all the adults I knew when I was a kid, like, these are their circumstances does not have to make it my circumstances as well. Like, we are all living very different lives, and their life is not my life, and that's something I'm trying to unlearn, like intentionally trying to unlearn, because the people around me and their journey is not my journey. I don't know how a better way to put that, but I feel like that's very much a huge reason why people settle, because that's all they've seen, that's all they know. Yes, we see other people on social media making it huge, making it big, but when you look around you and you see everyone you know in person settling and doing this and doing that, and you think, okay, well, I have to settle and do this and do that, and like, no, I'm trying to teach myself, like, no, I'm a product of my environment, but I can change my environment to be a product of a different environment, if that makes sense. Another thing I feel like contributing to settling for less is just having insecurities, in the sense of like, you feel like if you get what you want, you might not actually be able to handle what you want. So like, you are so insecure about that, and then you feel like, okay, well, if I get what I want, I can't handle what I want, and then it all like falls to, you know, falls to the side or whatever, and like, that will be even more devastating. And I feel like that's a huge insecurity, not just me, but like a lot of people deal with. Like, we want this great life, we want this great scheme, we want this great everything, but then we feel like if we actually ever got that, we would probably fumble the ball, we would probably let it like fall to the side, we probably wouldn't even be able to handle it. So we're like, okay, well, I would probably fail at that anyways if I ever got the chance, so let me just not. So those are the 3 reasons I feel like in general people tend to settle for less. Number 1, you feel like you don't deserve any better. Number 2, you just feel like a product of your environment. And number 3, you just feel like if you did get what you wanted, you probably wouldn't be able to handle it. Which again, I feel that way about everything, about like my biggest dreams, my biggest goals. If you're watching this and you feel the way, just know you're not alone. I feel like I'm speaking about myself, and then I feel like I'm speaking about the general public, because like I'm like a people watcher. Like, I notice things, and you know, even just people closest to me, I feel like I feel this in depth with so many people I know, and it's so hard. But I feel like it's definitely like all those 3 things are like isolating feelings. Like, you feel isolated in those thoughts, because like I feel like a lot of people don't speak on it, don't talk about it, but like, it's very real. We all have very real aspirations, dreams, and like a lot of us are not pursuing our real dreams, our real goals, like the things that will really make us happy in the long run, because of mainly these 3 factors. What I've come to find anyways for myself, those are definitely the 3 biggest factors, and I feel like I can relate that to a lot of people I know personally. If you feel that way, then just make sure you keep watching. I'm gonna talk about some solutions about how we can get over this, how we can work through this, and how we can just try to focus on our dreams, on our goals, and just make this year, especially 2022 and any year beyond that, just like goal oriented, dream oriented, and just like going after the stuff that kind of scares us but also makes us the happiest we've ever been, because that's all I want for myself, and that's all I want for anybody around me, anyone watching my channel, is go after your dreams. Literally go after your dreams, do what makes you the happiest, even if it's a little bit scary, even if you know you don't understand why you're scared to go after something you really want. If you don't understand why you're scared to go after something you really want, then that's the problem. And like, I think I'll make a whole separate video about that, but for right now, this video is just about how to stop settling, and like, those are just the reasons why I think people settle. So let's go on and talk about the solutions and like what we can do about all of this stuff, right? First thing I think, you know, we can do in order to get through this and stop settling is basically to, number 1, have your vision in mind. Know what you want to accomplish, know what's going to make you happy, and then go ahead and set goals, like set attainable goals step by step, how you can attain this thing that you want that literally probably scares you, like scares the life out of you, right? But you have to then set that goal and set step-by-step goals so you can go from point A to point B to point C, all the way from A to Z. So you can get from here to here, and you know your step action plan on how you're doing that. And I think that honestly, that's like the greatest step you can take. Sitting down, realizing what's really gonna make you happy, what you really want to do, and then making a plan, making goals, making a step-by-step action to accomplish accomplish those goals. Like that is probably the biggest thing that you can do. So the next thing I would say is, after you've set your goals, outline what you want to do, is to set boundaries. And boundaries are not an easy thing to do. And I think this is also another thing I'm gonna make a separate video about, is just like setting boundaries, because the only way you're gonna accomplish these goals, the only way you're gonna get over your fears, the only way you're gonna stop settling for less is to set boundaries. Boundaries is huge. Boundaries is a game changer. You have to set boundaries in order to accomplish these goals, in order to stop settling for less. And when I say boundaries, again, I don't want you to be confused. Like, boundaries is not for other people, right? Boundaries is for yourself. Boundaries is to tell me that this is what's gonna make me happy, and I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna stick by it. That's what boundaries mean to me. Boundaries is not for anybody else but myself. Another thing that will help you stop settling for less is just to honestly stop being so nice. It's hard to hear, it's hard to say it myself. I'm someone who personally have always been so nice my whole life. Like, I'm nice to everybody around me. Like, I bend over backwards for the next person always. Like, I'm that person where, like, if you call, I'm there. And like, yeah, like, that's great. I want to be that person. Overall, I need to learn how to stop being so nice, especially for the wrong people, because bending over backwards when it's not getting reciprocated, it's tough, and it leaves you drained, it leaves you like mentally just out of it. And again, if you're trying not to settle for less, you need to stop being so nice to each and everybody on this planet, because not everybody has your best intentions at heart. So like, for me, when I see myself bending over backwards and doing everything somebody else asks of me, and then if I ask them for like a small favor and I hear crickets in return, it hurts. For me, you just have to, in general, just stop being so nice. Don't do things unless you really want to do them, because if you're doing things because you're just being nice, you don't want to seem like a bad person or anything, it's only gonna stifle you, it's only gonna hurt you, it's only gonna make me feel like, again, I'm settling for less, like I'm not doing what I deserve. My time could be better spent on things I actually enjoy doing. Another thing would be just to stop making excuses, right? It's very easy to say, much harder to follow through on. If you want to stop settling and you want to, you know, go after these goals that you set in place, you need to stop just making excuses. There's no excuse of this person did that, so now I'm sad, or this person did that, so now I'm angry and I can't do this because this person is not doing that. No. We just need to cut the excuses out. Like, this is it. Like, we are going to do this. This is what we set and plan today. No matter what's going on in the world, like, we are going to just get what we have to do done today in order to get the life that we want, in order to accomplish this goal that we want, because we're not settling. We're not settling for less. We are going after the life that we want. That's just that, and that's just point blank, period. Like, stop settling, stop making excuses. I feel like those go hand in hand. You stop settling, you stop making excuses, and that's that. The last tip I have for just stop settling for less is to make sure you practice self-love each and every single day. Self-love should not be something you practice here and there. You need to practice self-love every single day. And again, please be mindful when I say you, I'm really talking to myself. Like, I love to watch my videos back and like, I'm talking to myself. You need to practice self-love each and every day. It's not just on Sunday, not just on Friday, not just like once or twice a week, but like every single day. What I've come to find out, the more I practice self-love, is like, self-love can really change your life. You can really change your attitude, you can really change your mind. Like, you can go from 0 to 100 just by, you know, practicing self-love and making sure that you put yourself first. I do have a whole video about self-love and how you can just attain more self-love, help yourself get on a path of self-love. So if you like that, just make sure you click the link above, or I'll probably leave a link down below to that other video. Self-love is so important, and I made this video probably a year ago to this video, and self-love is really so important. Like, I feel like in the past year, I've really been so intentional about self-love. That one I know I'm working on, I'm getting better at it, and it's really changed my attitude about life overall, and like, just putting myself first, and like, it's helping me not settle. And I just want to practice self-love each and every day, and all these other stuff that I've mentioned in this video. And I feel like they're all just helping me so much in like not settling for less and just going after what I really want and what truly makes me happy and what I know I deserve out of life. So if you guys are on the same journey, on the same path, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be making a lot more videos like this in 2022. I'm going to focus a lot more on mindset, positivity, and just how to attain your goals and all that type of stuff. So if you like videos like that, just make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching my video, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.